not a protective style, sis. Hey loves, welcome and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm just going to be highlighting 6 little key tips that you can use to tick off the list to see whether or not what you have on is a protective style. So a protective style comes under 2 categories. The first one being a complete protective style, and a complete protective style is basically like something that I have, which is something that completely covers your ends. It's completely covered. Your ends are not sticking out. You really can't manipulate your hair inside much unless you're like, you know, busy moving them braids around and flying them everywhere. Yeah. The second one is called a low manipulation protective style, and those are things like when you slick your hair back and you put a bun, or when you do a twist out and you leave your hair without running a comb through it or your fingers through it for like 2 or 3 days. You know, things that don't really require you running your hands or your comb through your hair every single day are called low manipulation styles. So the first thing that you need to look out for, or the first sign that the style that you have is not really protecting your hair, is if you're currently at a braider, you wake up the next morning, or you're leaving that braider and you got bumps around the perimeter of your head, usually by the nape over here. Girl, your hair follicles are stressed and they need you to help them out, okay? So I was victim to this growing up because I used to like to do a lot of cornrow hairstyles. So the straight ups, the straight backs, the straight what's, all that just pulled at the individual hairs, and the even braids. Actually, if braids are braided too tight, you get these little bumps around, like, so it would be like around the braid area. That's a sign that what you've braided is too tight and is pulling, like really pulling, like really like pulling to the point where your hair follicles are stressed. To me, that sounds like another level. Like your hair follicles being stressed. Your hair. That's a sign that your hair follicles are stressed and you need to relieve that pressure. You need to relieve that pressure, even if it means removing that braid and braiding that night. Girl, that's a bad sign, and that really could lead to hair loss, because you're literally pulling at the hair and it's telling you that, hey, I'm in trouble. Help me. This hurts, you know? So, you know, when someone is braiding you and they want to make sure that it is neat, it is that when you walk out there, people are like, you look good. Like your hair looks good. Like your hair looks so neat. We suffered for that neatness, hey? Like growing up, I suffered for that neatness. I suffered for me to go outside and people be like, your hair looks so good. Where I'm there like, thank you. And most of the time, right, it's like, thank you. So the second thing that I wanted to touch on, I've seen these videos and these pictures of people being braided and you literally can't see their hair. Like, for example, if you look at my braids right now, you can see they're my hair, they're the braid, right? But I'm gonna post a few pictures for you. Bring my hair back. I'm gonna post a few pictures for you guys to see exactly what I mean. So if you braid it this way and you can't see your hair, all you see is like a clean scalp. You kind of look bald. It kind of looks like they pasted the hair onto your head, like you were bald, like you cut extremely bald and someone took some super glue, braided a twist, put some glue on it and stuck it on your hair. That's a problem. Because first of all, I'm sure in order for them to do that, they have to take way less hair and a lot of braid in order to cover all that hair up to the point where you can't even see a piece of hair. You can't even see where it's hanging onto. That is a problem, because that could be a sign that your hair is braided way way too tight, you know. And I feel like a lot of us really worry about our hairlines, so we're like, no, don't braid too tight on my hairline, I'm not trying to lose my hairline. No, don't braid too tight on my hairline. Since you can lose hair anywhere on your head and have bald patches, so you need to worry about your whole head, okay, not just your hairline. You need to be like, yo, hi, yo, yeah, that hurts, like you're pulling too tight there, like, yo, I can't even, you're pulling too tight at the crown of my head, I'm gonna have a bald patch because of you, okay? So please look after my hair. Say it better so that they don't pull off all your hair. Say it nicely, be like, hi. The third one, I have also been slightly victim of it. So if you guys watched my previous video of me doing these twists, my hair started basically flaking out of the twists like a lot, and it looked really cute. It looked, you know, it looked like I had some dreads. I was pulling some bohemian stuff. Is it bohemian? Bohemian just sounds like, you know, what it should be called. But it looked quite cute. My hair looked cute. I was like, this looks cute. Even though my hair is sticking out, I'll just moisturize it every other day. I will be fine. My hair will be cool. Na 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 na. So this would fall possibly under the low manipulation, because although my hair is braided, it's still sticking out, right? But I'm not messing with it as much. What I found, however, is that because my hair was sticking out of the braid and constantly rubbing on the braid, my hair that was sticking out was super dry. Like, it was super dry. And I moisturize my hair when it's in braids every other day, and I just found that that hair was just always dry. Like, when the wind was blowing, that hair was blowing, but it was like blowing like there's nothing on it. Like, it wasn't blowing, you know, we all want our hair to be moving and to be flexible, not just to be like when the wind is blowing.
No, baby. Yes. Ooh. Stiff what?
For real, stiff what?
Ooh. No what?
Stiff what?
Well.
No.
Yes, bitch.
No stiff, bitch.
No, none of that.
Shake, bitch.
What?
Shake.
All that.
But like, that hair was just, you know, and that's how I knew it was dry. Like, it was dry to the point where it was like, you know, paper. It was like just there. Just there. And that for me was a sign that, girl, you need to do something, or else those ends, that hair is going to break off. So I did fix it up. I took it out, and then I put not cornrows, but I twisted my hair underneath, and then I put the braid and twisted it over that, just so that my hair and my ends were inside the braid and they were protected, especially because it's winter. You cannot have a protective style where your hair is sticking out, but you're not looking after it as if your hair was out, because your hair is out. Like, the style is cute, you look cute, but your hair is out. So it really does need all that protection, as much protection as it can get, especially because now it's rubbing against the fiber and it's just extra dry. So you're gonna have to put extra more effort. So watch out for that. Be careful if you do that. Make sure you have the time, okay? It looks cute, but you need to have the time. Fourth thing I'm going to talk about, I've also been guilty of doing it. I've also been victim, but it wasn't by choice, you know? So having thin, like really thin braids, like you know, where it looks like they took one strand of hair and then they connected the braid, like the braid is real thin. Yeah, that looks cute, and it looks nice, it looks chic, it looks cute, right? But I don't think that is a protective style, because as much as you're braiding that little piece of thin hair with that little piece of thin braid, when it's time for you to unbraid, and this is what I found, especially with my hair would be really like, it's like I'll be pulling out more hair than necessary. And I don't know if it's because I focused so much attention on like 3 or 4 little strands of hair, and I'm literally messing with those 3 or 4 strands when they braid them and when I'm braided, that my hair would break more in this little thin in hairstyles, you know. So as much as we like to say heavy, thick hairstyles are bad for you, super thin hairstyles are really not good for you, especially that hairline, girl. Okay, we don't want to be holding on to 3 pieces of hair, because when you unbraid it, you're gonna be left with 1. Okay, so you need to subtract 1 piece of hair from every piece of braid that you put on. You'll be left with 1. Okay, you'll be left with 1, and we're not trying to lose hair. We're trying to retain that length in our protective style. Number 5 is, if you are getting braided by somebody, or you're sitting there being braided by somebody, and you see that this person wants your edges, like this person is making sure you are braided until your eyebrows, like they are at that little hair in the front of your scalp. Run, sis. That person don't care about your hair. That person just trying to make themselves look good by making your hair look good. Because you're going to go out there and people are going to be like, your hair looks good. Your hair looks so pretty. Your hair looks so neat. And you're going to be like, oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. But when you unbraid, you're going to see the damage that has done to your hair line, okay? So if you're braiding your hair, I really do advise that maybe when it comes to the hairline, you take thicker squares or avoid it altogether. And I don't mean avoid it as in have like this thing left out with no braid in it and then your braids start here, but I mean maybe, you know, leave out a piece, you know, just leave out a little section here and start braiding, and then lay your edges or something, okay? Our edges are really thin, especially mine. Let me speak for myself and not for us. My edges are really thin and they really are fragile. And I feel like if I had single braids literally put here by my hairline, they would fall off with my hair. And this used to happen when I was younger. Like, for example, I would go swimming and I would leave a piece of hair in the pool. I would be out playing with my friends and I leave a piece of hair in the playground. I would be sleeping, I wake up and there's a piece of hair on my pillow, and I'm just like, where these braids coming from? And it's a full braid. It's not like an unbraided or slipped out. No, it's a full braid. It's a nice full braid. I look where that braid was. It's smooth, it's shiny, it's beautiful, and I'm like, oh. And the final thing I'm going to be talking about is having heavy braids. So what I have right now is they were jumbo. I don't think they're as jumbo as they were before, but these are some twists, and they do get jumboer and bigger, and people like to, you know, it looks cute to have those. Stop grabbing my hair. It looks cute to have those jumbo twists, or that jumbo, what do you call it? Jumbo box braids, or some fur locks, or is that what you call it? Fur locks? Flux, flexi, flux. Those hairstyles look cute. However, if your hair is heavy, if your hair is pulling down and you're constantly feeling a headache because your hair is heavy, that is a sign that your hair needs to go. That is a sign that your hair is not feeling protected. When you're in pain, for example, when you have a toothache, that's a sign that something is wrong. When your hand hurts, that's a sign that something is wrong. So if you get braided really tight, or you have a really heavy hairstyle, right? And for example, your head starts to hurt because it's literally, it feels heavy, that's a sign that something is wrong. So I used to like putting buns. Like, I'll put a bun on my hair because it looks cute, you know. And I'm one person who likes to have really long braids. Like, I mean, you know, I like to have really long braids. And with really long braids, when you twist your bun, you're literally making it bigger and bigger, and it's like sitting here on your head. And you know, when you bend, you feel your whole body just going ooh. When you bend this side, you feel your whole body going ooh. And an hour or two into the hairstyle in the day, I start feeling a little headache, and I'm like, oh, I'm feeling this headache. I know why. It's because I have this bun, but it looks so cute. I don't want to take it down, sis. That's a sign that something is wrong. It's too heavy. Take it down. It's really not worth it to try have the coolest and the cutest hairstyle. You can still achieve a cute look, right? That's also protective for your hair. Anyway, guys, so those are the few simple tips I wanted to share with you guys about protective styling. I hope you do take it into consideration, and the next time you feel that something is wrong when you're getting your hair braided, you be like, I'll see. Be like, yo, I'll see. If she's not listening to you, run, leave, go. It is not worth it. Yeah, we all trying to protect our hair, save our edges. So go out there and slay with your hair, sis. Thank you for watching. Bye, guys.